Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I got back from Bitcoin Miami yesterday and I was just beat. I was done. In fact, I sat here at my computer. I sat here for quite a while and I put together most of what I'm going to show you in the video today. I put together yesterday, but I just didn't have the energy. I was staring at that computer and I just didn't have the energy to really give it what I had in that video, and so I put it off today. Now this video is going to be long because there's a backlog of stuff, but I'm going to tell you some of what my impressions were. I'm going to go through, but let me tell you this. I'm going to whisper it for effect here. What I learned at Bitcoin Miami is that we've been right all along. We've been right. That's enough of my effect, okay? It's kind of hard to whisper. My audio on this thing, I was telling, at the link to event, I was telling some people that listen to me all the time, I was telling them that believe it or not, I just have this simple system. I've got a MacBook and I literally talk into it, and that's the extent of it. So anyway, it's hard to whisper. I don't even know if you picked that up. But let's start here. This morning, my 9-year-old, because this Masterworks is one of my sponsors, and I'm going to be buying another painting, and so I got my 9-year-old to, quote, help. I use that term loosely because he's more about trying to get money out of my pocket every time he talks to me. Watch this. Here again, looking at these paintings. So take a look at these. First, I want you to tell me if you like this black one.
It's all right.
But that's not anything that jumps out at you?
Not yet.
What about this one?
No, not really. Wait, go up. I like that one.
This one?
Yeah.
What is it that you like about this one?
I like it.
That's not a reason.
I like it.
You're not going to give me a reason?
How much money are you making off of this?
Well, I don't know, but I don't know if I'm going to make any, but if I could make some money. Let's say I made $50.
All right. Well, if you make $50, I get half of it.
Half?
Yes.
For what?
Anything.
What's the top 2 things you'd like to have?
Something that spends your money.
Oh my gosh. See what I'm dealing with here? All right. So I think it's kind of neat to do that, but let's talk for a second about what Masterworks is. For those of you that haven't heard, these guys have done something really cool, and that's why I do buy these paintings. I've never been able to buy art in my life, but I do now, because these guys go out and buy like fine works of art, like they might buy a Banksy or a Monet or whatever, and then once they buy it, they have literally gone to the SEC and they create shares of it, so they securitize it. And they create shares of it at $20 a share with a minimum investment of like $500. So now normal average people like you and I can now buy art. So I'll put a link to the top of the description of this video. All right, now let's get this ball rolling, okay? First I wanted to show you this because I was at the Bitcoin conference. This was the iTrustCapital booth. And this is not an advertisement, by the way, folks. I'm just telling you. And I do want to relay to you, a lot of you have iTrustCapital accounts. Did you know that these guys literally were like the biggest sponsor of the entire Bitcoin conference? And the XRP community is literally helped to build iTrustCapital. And all those Bitcoiners were sitting there, they had no idea that iTrustCapital literally was built with a lot of XRP people. That's part of the reason a lot of us are mad at Gary Gensler and the SEC. Because we have XRP on the platform, and it's not their fault. It's not iTrustCapital's fault, but Gary Gensler is keeping people from being able to sell and buy and that kind of thing. But I wanted to show you this. That's Mr. B. That is Nick Barafeto, who's now with Link2, and they happened to catch him on Fox News, and that is Blake Skadron talking to him. Blake Skadron is the CEO of iTrustCapital. So it's a small world. They were caught on Fox Business. Now, here we go, folks. First, I want to show you that I saw this, and this was kind of cool. And again, this is just I thought the tweet was interesting, so I'm showing you. I'm not saying that the prices are going here or anything. I'm showing you the chart. Tell me the news. Ripple versus SC lawsuit, June or July. XRP, we need fundamental news. And technical target, $10 to $13. No need to wait for lawsuit to end. Fundamental target, 130 to 140. Yes, need to wait for lawsuit to end. Choice is yours, XRP community. I like that. All right. Okay. While I was at Bitcoin Miami, this hit. Okay. And that's why I'm kind of behind on things, but I'm going to try to make this a long video to catch everything up. And I'm going to sprinkle in things that I learned while I was at Bitcoin Miami. So, Empower Oversight, we know that that's the independent organization that filed for all these Freedom of Information Act requests from the SEC, and they've been getting slow played. They were even lied to at one point. Empower Oversight obtains additional documents shedding light on potential cryptocurrency conflicts of interest within the SEC. Empower Oversight received about 200 pages of emails from the SEC responsive to the Freedom of FOIA request. Records could shed light on allegations of conflicts of interest associated with the SEC's selective enforcement action involving cryptocurrencies. The documents show that the SEC Ethics Office cautioned former SEC official William Hinman that he had a direct financial interest in Simpson Thacher, yet Hinman continued to meet with the firm in spite of these warnings. Now remember, Simpson Thacher is one of the firms that represents Consensus. That's Joseph Lubin, folks. You think that William Hinman didn't know that? Come on. Hinman met with Josh Bonney, a partner at Simpson Thacher, at least 3 times after that warning. Hinman also met with the co-founders and investors in Ethereum ahead of a market-moving speech he gave in 2018, declaring the digital asset Ether not be a security. All of the released emails can be found in the full link before. Now, folks, as I go forward with this, I want you to remember one thing. As early as last week, we were being called conspiracy theorists. We're all just crazy whack jobs out here. Guess what? We've been right about every freaking thing from the very beginning. And why have we been right? Why did we know we were right? Because all we were doing is putting timelines together on their own freaking words, their video, their arrogant words, because they thought they got away with it. And so they went on video and ran their mouths at all these conferences, even the attorneys that should know better. They went on video, they ran their mouths, and they did not think that anybody would ever track it down. And it would not have been tracked down if not for one thing. They go out there, it wasn't good enough to get Ethereum the free pass. They had to then turn around and stick the knife in and go after Ripple too. And they weren't thinking about John Deaton. They weren't thinking about the 66,000+ people who are going to be freaking pissed off. That people like me that have kids that knew we did the right thing. But we have to have a bunch of shysters or whatever you want to call them that want to try to engineer things instead of just letting there be a market, a free market, and letting things run and letting there be a level playing field. They couldn't do that. These people are so used to being able to do whatever they want that they had to go and they had to have it all. See, that greed thing, man, it can get you in trouble. So here we go. Because the digital asset investor is a freaking dog with a bone. And guess what? Oh, sorry, that's a golf ball I'm holding. Nervous habit. Here's the problem they got now, folks, is that see one of the tough things in this whole thing is that it's kind of like you're in a dark room and you're feeling around trying to feel. Well, guess what? The second that something lights up and you can get a focal point, then you know where you're going. Well, today we get our focal point. John Deaton helps us with that. Okay? And I'm a dog with a bone, and there's a lot of dogs with bones out there that are going to help me and help you. Here we go. In other words, it's on like Donkey Kong, folks. All right, Jason Foster, who's from Empower, put this out. Key emails here. Look at this. These are emails between with people in the SEC, the ethics office, William Hinman. This is crazy. This means you could not participate in any SEC particular matters that would directly and predictably affect the firm. They're talking to, this is the freaking guy that gave the Ethereum free pass speech. And his ethics office has told him, you can't do anything that might help that firm. In other words, the future interest is enough to give you full financial interest in the firm. This is to Bill Hinman from this lady, okay? I'm assuming she's the ethics department. The firms, but Bill, it occurs to us that you have a full financial conflict with your old firm, not just an impartial one. Hence, you should not be having any meetings with your old firm, even group meetings. This guy, he didn't just keep meeting with them. This guy, think about this. This one guy, this one guy gave the speech that he claims now that it was his personal opinion. He gave the speech standing in front of an SEC logo at a crypto conference or a finance conference. He gave a personal opinion that was sure as hell made to look like it was a formal thing. He gave a speech on Ethereum that has been what created what the crypto markets have been for the last 3 years. All these clowns that try to tell you Bitcoin and Ethereum are somehow on a higher plane or a better thing than XRP or XLM or Cardano and all this. They are lying. This whole market has been built up on the lie that I'm showing you in this video. I've been saying it for over a year now. It's all been built up on a lie that has been engineered and orchestrated not just by Bill Hinman, but by all of these people, what I keep telling you, these crypto media, these crypto supposed industry organizations that are, all they really are is disguises. They are disguised as industry organizations, but they've only been working for Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's what I've been saying. I confirmed it. I'm not going to say who I confirmed it with, but the industry organizations, I confirmed that in my conversations at Bitcoin Miami. Okay, we've been right all along. We're 1,000% right. I tell you all the time, 99.9% of the time, your gut is dead on. My gut has been knocking grand slams all year long because, and it's not just mine, it's a lot of you out there. It's TAIG, a lot of these people that have been digging up all this stuff. It's in your face, okay? This is an in your face. It's not a conspiracy theory. We've got them. We're over the barrel. We're over the target, whatever you want to say it. We've got them. And all you got to do now is keep digging, keep going straight toward the John Deaton showed you the light. I'll show it to you at the end of this video. Keep going, like in the movie Poltergeist. Go to the light, Caroline. Keep going to the light, because we're going to the promised land, folks. We're about to bring this thing home. Or in baseball terms, we're about to have a walk off. All right, now, so there's that. And I'm sorry this is going to be long. It might be my longest video ever. Who cares? All right. Jason Foster said this. Then he said, yeah, whether your former law partner picks up the lunch tab is hardly the point when that firm is still paying you $1.6 million while you work for the SEC with authority over its clients. And this guy had tweeted this out, this quote. The SEC Ethics Office explicitly told William Hinman, per the documents, to not be in any contact with Simpson Thacher for any reason. However, Hinman met with Josh Bonney, a partner, and then this guy says, but he bought his own lunch. Oh me, we need some laughs in the middle of this. All right, and then John Deaton had tweeted this out. Now this is from a bigger thread that I think I included down the line. I hope I did. He says Clayton became a CNBC contributor, and Becky Quick, Joe Squawk, Andrew Ross Sorkin have decided not to report the story. How many times in history have 66,127 to be exact, petitioned a court asking to be sued? Apparently that's not newsworthy on CNBC. So I did a shout out. You remember when Becky Quick had Jay Clayton and asked, she said, I keep seeing things in my Twitter feed, and so I've begun to investigate this a little bit. And so, and then Jay Clayton lied about how he didn't know about all these firms he went to work with. And then I think TAIG found in the Jay Clayton SEC calendar how he had met with those companies. So he lied on CNBC. He's their contributor. And then Becky Quick says she's investigating it. So I wanted to check back in. Hey, Becky, are you still conducting your investigation of this? There'll be a lot of shame to go around with it when all this comes out, and you guys sat on the story. It's not going away. John Deaton says, I just don't understand the advice these people are getting. If I was advising CNBC, I would say because Clayton is a contributor, we must report on this story. If CNBC doesn't report on this story in the end, it will be viewed as complicity through silence. You're damn right it's complicity, John Deaton. You're damn right it is. Sorry to cuss, but they deserve it. The SEC's behavior in SEC versus, and this is John Deaton's law firm, the SEC's behavior in the SEC, and here's a problem, folks. See, they're about to have a big problem. This is when you're going to see CNBC and all them start talking about this. You might even see BitBoy change his tune a little bit. I think he might already be. The SEC's behavior, this right here was a Law 360 article, and this is an attorney that has no dog in this fight, Francone, I guess his name. And he did this right up in Law 360. This is a lawyer that's starting to smell what we've been cooking for over a year now. All of a sudden, they're going to call it legit because it is. All right. John Deaton's law firm summarized what's in the article. I didn't want to read the article. They obviously, they know what they're talking about. So they picked up the important things. The SEC's behavior in SEC versus Ripple raises serious questions about what remedy defendants and XRP holders may have against an overbearing federal agency that has abused the power granted it by Congress. The Commission's lawsuit against Ripple uses an overly broad interpretation of the Securities Act to claim that XRP, the token itself, is a security regardless of how it's packaged and sold. The broad claim, coupled with aggressive discovery motions seeking to dig through Ripple's senior executives' personal finances, strongly suggests the SEC expected Ripple to fold quickly, beg for settlement, and that its legal arguments could never be really tested in court. They guessed wrong. Ripple is fighting back vigorously, and if the SEC's sweeping arguments prevail, they could destroy trillions of dollars of stored wealth across multiple cryptocurrencies that face the same fate as XRP. The SEC argues that its regulation by enforcement creates sufficient clarity to give fair notice, yet uncertainty prevails. Years of high-level discussion among sophisticated parties, including regulators and academics, have not provided a clear answer to the question of whether cryptocurrencies, especially individual tokens, are securities. This makes the fair notice defense and malicious prosecution particularly compelling for the aiding and abetting allegations brought against Ripple executives. All right, so now, moving along, Jeremy Hogan then weighs in on that Law 360. He said, this is a reputable online legal journal. In this article, attorney Francone essentially states that the lawsuit against Garlinghouse is an abuse of prosecutorial discretion or even malicious prosecution by the SEC, and Congress should enact consequences. Where are you, Congress? Talking to you, Warren Davidson, Cynthia Loomis, Tom Emmer, Senator Toomey, Ted Cruz, all of you, I see all of you jumping into crypto. You're wanting to be the people that are carrying the torch for crypto, and you want to be the good guys. I want you to be the good guys. It's fine with me. Elizabeth Warren, where are you at? I want you to all be big heroes, but in order to be a hero, sometimes you have to do the hard thing. You have to face the hard truth, and you're all intentionally sitting on the fence. And that's not going to get you to the promised land if you want to be the congressional hero that you can be. It takes guts to be a hero. You can't ride the fence sometimes. And it's your turn. Time to step up to the plate. Okay? Do your thing. Do the do. You all are in a position to be heroes. Otherwise, you're going to be relegated to the history books as one of those congressmen that did nothing, said nothing, did nothing, and didn't have the guts to do anything. And more importantly, look at your children. Look at your children tonight, Congress people. I do it every day. I can look at them with clear eyes. Look at your children today and just ask yourself quietly while you're looking at them, am I really doing the right thing? Do I know what the right thing is in my gut, but I don't have the guts to do it, because that's what you guys are doing right now. And that's the fact, Jack. And you know it. Warren Davidson, you're a military guy. It's not like you don't have any guts, but you know what the right thing to do is here, and you're not doing it. You're just not, and you know it. And I would sit, hey, and I've seen you call people on here, on Twitter and all anonymous, as if that's some dig against them. Some of these people just aren't comfortable with that. But guess what, Warren? I will sit in your office right in front of you, and I have others that would too. I would sit in your office and I would tell you exactly what I'm telling you now, because I know we're telling the truth, and I know we're on the side of what's right and wrong. And you're on the wrong side if you're not going to step up to the plate and do something about this. I would sit in your office and I would go through all of this. I think John Deaton's already done it, by the way, so hopefully you're already preparing something. But I would do it. I'm not afraid to come and sit in front of you guys. And I'm not, that's not me saying I would even be ugly. I think you're a pretty nice guy. And I think that you're a good guy. I think you're one of the good guys. But you guys, for one reason or another. Now, look, there's one other option here. The other option is that you guys know something we don't know, which would mean that there's some kind of, you have to keep secrets from the public to protect us and all that, which to me, that's all BS in itself. But don't rationalize it that way. Do the right thing. That's all we're asking. We're not, we're not a bunch of crazies out here. We're just sick and tired. I am so sick of being in a country that is supposed to be this shining light on a hill, and there is corruption everywhere I freaking look now. And maybe I was just young and naive and didn't know it, but that's the country we live in now, and it makes me sick, because for me, it'll be checkout time in the next 30 or 40 years. Hopefully 30 or 40, but for my kids, they got to live in this. They got to live with this. And what you guys are doing, you're by not doing, it's the same thing John Deaton said. I don't know what the words he used was, but by CNBC not covering this, that's just as bad as being involved. So by you Congress people sitting on the fence and not doing anything, it's just as bad as you being involved. And I'm not saying that these congressmen were involved all along. I'm just saying right now, Warren Davidson's seen all the videos. He sees it. He knows. And I'm not trying to pick on Warren Davidson either. This goes for all of them. Tom Emmer, Cynthia Loomis, where are y'all at? You all are seeing this stuff. And I know you're sitting behind the scenes saying, how do we handle this? But aren't you sick of, how do I handle this politically? How about just do the right thing? Hey, if you get kicked out of office for doing the right thing, you fought the good fight. Good. But that's not what will happen. You'll be a hero. We need heroes. We need the John Wayne. Where's the John Waynes? Whatever happened to them? All right. Sorry for my rants, but told you this is going to be a longer video. I might set a world record with this video, but that's okay. Because having left Miami, now I know. I sat behind this computer for over a year and a half by myself. I didn't even talk to anybody because I didn't know who I could trust or whatever. And then I slowly talked to a few people. But when you go to these events and you actually talk to the real people, the people that have been listening to me that think the same way I do, when you talk to them, you find out, look, we're right. We're fighting the good fight. And so it kind of pisses you off even more because you go out and you're like, so I'm not crazy out here. I'm not some crazy guy behind this MacBook Pro. We're all seeing exactly what we're seeing, and they want us to think that we're all crazy. Oh, that's conspiracy. And then they want to send out whoever their paid shills are, or whoever these are just crazy conspiracy theories. No, we're not. We're exactly right. They're the ones that are trying to run a conspiracy, and the conspiracy is that our eyes are lying to us, and that their video and their own words are not saying what they're saying. They're saying exactly what they're saying. We know what they're saying. Now, check this out, because TAIG put it in a graphic that's perfect. This is from those emails. But Bill, it occurs to us that you have a full financial conflict with your old firm, not just an partiality one. Hence, you should not be having any meetings with your old firm, even group meetings. You have a bar under the criminal financial conflict with Simpson because you have an ongoing financial interest in the firm. Meeting with them while having such a conflict is not permitted. As we discussed during your briefing, even calls with them are not permitted. Bill Hinman ignored these warnings and continued to meet with Simpson Thacher. And he met with people who were clients of Simpson Thacher, folks. Consensus. Joe Lubin. Okay. And then there's this. I might lose my voice in this one. So then these are the actual, this is John Deaton's law firm going through the emails. Let me have some of that McDonald's coffee so I can keep talking. The Hinman emails explicitly warned he may never meet with Simpson Thacher while in office, then promptly and repeatedly violates the rule. So I'm going to see if I can find something fresh that I haven't gone over. Staffer replies with some more explicit and pointed warning. He has a bar under the criminal. Okay, that was what we just talked about. In previously released Hinman Bonney emails, Hinman is seen violating this rule at least 4 times by meeting privately with Simpson Thacher partner Josh Bonney. And somebody pointed out that Josh Bonney, that he referred to Hinman as boss, like, this is while he's at the SEC. Now think about that for a minute. Just the fact that this guy's talking to Hinman like that, then going to dinner with him, while Hinman supposedly is supposed to be acting at the SEC, and he's been told not to talk to these people. It's unbelievable. Then we go along. Let's see. We don't know what Hinman and Bonney discussed in their private meetings on these dates, or how many other times Hinman violated the criminal financial conflict rules without using his official SEC email account. Ooh, there's one. How about that? And then Eleanor Terrett weighs in. According to John Deaton, government employees are prohibited from participating personally in matters where they have a financial interest. According to these emails, it seems Hinman met with the members of his old firm anyway, despite an SEC ethics staffer warning. It would be a criminal financial conflict to do so. I've reached out to Mr. Hinman as well as the SEC for comment on this. I'll hold my breath. I won't hold my breath, Eleanor. Okay, and then John Deaton, or his law firm, is doing something smart. And this is what all of you need to be doing too, and I'm going to be doing. He's reaching out to Pete Schroeder. This is a Reuters correspondent. You've tried to get then SEC Director Corporate Finance Bill Hinman on the record in August 2017 for a story about his potential conflicts of interest with Simpson Thacher, in addition to your 2017 emails with Hinman and SEC staff. Empower has also obtained these. For your reference, here's the latest set of Hinman emails. These documents also raise questions about market-moving speech he gave in 2018. So, and he says, here's the story you wrote at the time. SEC officials' holdings, legal work, pose potential conflicts. Folks, don't underestimate the power of what Deaton's law firm is doing right here. This is how we got Charles Gasparino involved in all this. Because I had found a video of Charles Gasparino from May of 2018 talking about the Brooklyn Project, and I copied him in when I released it. That's how Charles Gasparino got in, because we referenced one of his, some of his reporting from back in 2018. That's how he got interested. So that's how you bring people like this in. Okay. And then James Phelan. James Phelan normally doesn't weigh in on things like this. Normally he's just giving you the motions and the different things that have just come out. But he's also got his antenna up. Scored some extraordinary emails from Empower regarding Bill Hinman, including one that shows Hinman was warned that he has a bar under criminal financial conflict with Simpson because you have an ongoing financial interest in the firm. Meeting with them while having a conflict. So he's talking about the same thing. So all these people are attorneys. The reason I'm showing you what all the thoughts of all these different attorneys is all the attorneys agree to a man. This was like a criminal thing for Bill Hinman to ignore that ethics office, and since he had a financial interest in keep talking to these people, but he didn't just keep talking to them. He gives the speech that directly is going to help these guys. This is freaking crazy. What's even crazier is that the crypto media, the traditional financial media, Congress, Warren Davidson and friends, y'all are all ignoring this, and it's going to be to your detriment, because now you're seeing what was really there. We knew it was there, but now you're seeing it come out. And I'll make a prediction. Let me write this down. My prediction. This is prediction. This is my prediction about what's going to really get these people to start covering all this. My prediction is that this stuff coming out of Empower, this is what cannot be stopped, because these guys have their own agenda that is their whole reason for being is to hold the government accountable. Okay, so these guys can't be stopped. Okay, so that means that all of these requests are going to keep coming out and coming out and coming out. This is what is going to force people like CNBC and these Congress people. It's going to force them to have to start covering this, because it's going to be too in your face, and they're going to be worried about it making them look bad. And trust you me, we will continue to make them look bad as long as the truth is not supported here. Let this sink in. I tweeted this yesterday, I think. Let this sink in. Bill Hinman gave a speech that listen, folks, the entire crypto market has been built for the last 3+ years around this idea, this lie that Bitcoin and Ethereum are not securities, and that they are somehow on some different plane than all of the rest. And it was all done by design. It was done behind the scenes in these secret closed door meetings, and they all tried to engineer this, folks. And we've put it all together now. And I confirmed a lot that I was right on a lot of this when I was at Bitcoin Miami. Let it sink in, folks. So Bill Hinman gave the speech that got it and shaped all this whole lie for the last 3 years. The SEC ethics office warned him. To this day, the SEC's done nothing about it. Congress and the media have ignored it. The entire crypto market is manipulation. The entire market, Bitcoin and Ethereum being number 1 and 2, is a lie. It's a manipulation. And Bill Hinman is one of the biggest parts of that created that lie of anyone in the world. And everybody is complicit that is not pointing it out. Okay? I'm not done yet, folks. Well, I'm not going to play this because the video is going to be long as crap anyway. So, but this is cool. I want you to be aware of it. Stefan Huber had put Hinman an email, put a voice to them. Go and check that out when you get a chance. Now, so, and then here's a guy who's all of a sudden on to Coin Center. And I told you, one of the things that I confirmed when I was at Bitcoin Miami is that we're right about all of these supposed crypto industry players that claim to be these crypto industry groups that are lobbying for the industry. No, they're lobbying for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And so that is part of this whole thing. That's why you see me keep tweeting and talking about, hey, they can prove me wrong. Coin Center right now this guy's pointing out, hey, I'm starting to put all this together, and he's talking about how Coin Center and this Jerry Brito guy have done nothing but tried to lobby for Bitcoin and Ethereum. And actually, this is a deleted tweet that TAIG had discovered that apparently he deleted it. Jerry Brito tweeted this. This is like right when Ripple got sued. Here's a post where we argue Bitcoin's not a security. Here's a post where we argue Ethereum's not a security. You won't find a similar post for Ripple. We have nothing to say about it. In other words, our organization is about Bitcoin and Ethereum. We are not a lobbying group for anybody but Bitcoin and Ethereum. That's what he's really saying. They can prove us wrong anytime they want to by beginning. Where is Jerry Brito on Cardano? What? He's not what? He's not going to Congress to talk about Cardano? Why not? I'm not just talking about XRP. How come Jerry Brito is not lobbying for... How come he and Charles Hoskinson aren't up at Congress talking? Where is he? Where is the Blockchain Association? They went down to Bitcoin Miami. Where is their support for John Deaton? Where's Jerry Brito's support for John Deaton? Where's Blockchain Association and Chamber of Digital Commerce? Chamber of Digital Commerce, they claim that they're writing something to get into this into the Ripple lawsuit. Okay, well, talk's cheap. Do it. I mean, think about how many motions and how many different things we've seen done. It's almost, if I didn't know better, it's almost as if the Chamber of Digital Commerce is slow playing actually getting involved in the Ripple case, maybe hoping that it'll be over so they don't have to. I mean, if I didn't know better, that's what it feels like. If I'm the Chamber of Digital Commerce and I want to have any kind of credibility in this industry, knowing that guys like me are out here saying, where are you at? Where is your support of John Deaton in the Ripple case? You say that you're in a crypto industry. Where if I'm them, I write the damn brief in a day to get these people off my back. Even if I don't really support John Deaton in Ripple, I do something. Where are you at? So, and look, I don't mean to cuss on these things, but look, at some point you have to do it for emphasis because we're over the target, folks. We got them. We got them. All we got to do is keep going to the light, Caroline. That's all we got to keep. That's it. I should have pulled that video up. Now, against the backdrop of everything that I've said, we can't not talk about our old buddy Joseph Lubin, because Joseph Lubin is at the very center of all of this too. Okay, and here I want to play this because many of you may not remember it. This is the clip. Remember, Bill Hinman spoke at the Yahoo Summit on June 14th, 2018. He spoke at 9:35 a.m. Joseph Lubin spoke at 2:10 p.m. But I remember when I found this video and I watched it, the body language on Lubin, he's obviously nervous talking about it, but he referred to Bill Hinman as Bill. Okay, now I don't refer to people by their first name unless I really know them. I just don't. That's not how it works. But when I first saw this, I knew he was obviously playing dumb on this stage. It's very obvious. But when he said Bill, I was like, man, my gut was like, it was sending off whistleblower alerts when I saw this. Watch this.
Okay, so I want to get your quick answers to a few things before we get to a final round of questions. What do you think's going to happen to Ripple with this new ruling?
I don't know the answer to that. I wasn't able to read through Bill's entire speech, and I wasn't here. I don't know if he spoke about XRPs at all.
He didn't specifically mention anything about it.
So that's interesting.
So yeah, I mean, the fact that he named two other things but didn't name that one is certainly something that should perk up ears.
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to get your...
All right. So he knew nothing, of course, right? That was, but the guy asked the question like it was like a layup in basketball. All right. So then when I looked back at it yesterday, I said it's time to focus just on how close Bill Hinman was with Ethereum, Consensus, EEA. Lubin is extremely uncomfortable here. Now, John Deaton, now this, folks, remember the light I was telling you about? This is John Deaton. We're in the dark room and he's showing you the light right here. This is where you go. It is on like Donkey Kong, folks. This is where we go from here, and we're going to go hard. I'm doing it old school now. I'm going coffee, cinnamon in the coffee. We're going to get up on Saturday and Sunday mornings as we bring this thing in for a landing. We're going to get up and we're going to have coffee early. We're going to dig. We're going looking for video. We're going looking for documents. It's a call to action. John Deaton's doing it, so here we go. I need the internet sleuths to start digging. As bad as it already looks for Hinman, I firmly believe his involvement and his conflicts are even greater than presently known. I also believe the SEC has been in full cover-up mode. Let me write that down. That's a thumbnail. Full cover up mode. I also, he says, his involvement is greater than presently known. He goes on. The SEC made a false statement when it originally stated there were no responsive documents relevant to the Empower FOIA requests. Only after Jason Foster and Empower filed suit in federal court did they realize the error and correct the falsehood, because Empower didn't fold. Likewise, the SEC initially informed me that Hinman Calendar was not used for official government reasons and denied my Freedom of Information Act request. I appealed and it's on remand, but I fully expect to sue them for violating FOIA before they turn over this calendar. Why are they fighting so hard? See, because this whole thing's a lie, folks. Bill Hinman's calendar is not some personal thing. That is bull. And everybody knows it. And John Deaton is going to have to sue to get a public count. This guy was getting paid. He was on the government dole while he's there, even though he was also getting paid by his law firm. He's getting paid. He's getting paid by the government to be there. He's working supposedly for the public. I mean, that's what they say. But so he's going to be able to hide the calendar? The SEC is going to be able to hide the calendar from the public? Are you kidding me? Look closely at Hinman's redacted deposition testimony. And it says, there had not been a lot of litigation as to the transaction in digital asset that would constitute a security, correct? And then they redact, he's talking about the Ethereum Foundation, redact. So there's redactions everywhere, but he says on page 37, the Ripple lawyers ask a question about whether a specific company or entity was a client of Hinman's or his law firm's. The SEC redacted the identity of that entity. Why? Okay, this, folks, this is also the light, okay? Look at the light. John Deaton is telling you something right here. I'm just telling you, I can tell. On page 38, Hinman said he didn't think they were a client, but were involved in matters he was involved in. Whose identity was redacted? Was it Brooklyn Project? I asked because the next one asked about is whether Consensus was a client. He said no. We know Sullivan and Cromwell represented Consensus, then asked if Hinman represented the Ethereum Foundation and replied no. But look what happened when the Ripple lawyer expanded the definition of the Ethereum Foundation on page 38. The next 3 pages are redacted. Why hide the answer from the public? And then he's talking about something I said. But let's go back to this, because this is what I need John needs our help with, and I need your help with. Ripple lawyer asks a question about whether a specific company or entity was a client of Hinman's or his law firm's. The SEC. All right, so that is page 30. It's page 37. Which one is this? Right here. Is that the page? Assort. Instruments. I'm missing it here. Okay. There had not been a lot of litigation in the transaction. Okay. All right. But the bottom line is this, is that there is an entity, some company or entity that Hinman was working with, Hinman or the law firm. He would not, ask the question about whether the company or entity was a client of Hinman's or his law firm. The SEC redacted the identity of that entity. This right here is what we need to know. Let's call that the mystery entity. And we need to dig down on when that was and the time. This is what we want to look at. All right, next. So I've started down this road now, and so I want to make sure that we all, that you kind of know where I'm going from here. Aaron Wright, remember, Aaron Wright is the guy from Cardozo Law Firm who was involved in, what do they call it? The project from Consensus called Open Law. Well, Aaron Wright was one of the guys that was working with Consensus on the Brooklyn project. Okay? Now, and this was back in 2017-18, okay? He says, we're honored, this is from September 3rd, 2019, we're honored to host a fireside chat with SEC Director William Hinman and other top regulators at the second annual Blockchain and Law Conference at Cardozo on September 16th. All right. Now, this is a picture of that, and I could not remember if any of us have seen this video or if this was a video that we can't get our whole hands on. So if anybody's got this video, and I could be wrong, maybe we have seen this and I just forgot, but we need this video. But it's not the only video. I'll get to the next one next. But look who tweeted this out in September 2019. That would be Consensus News. All right. Aaron Wright, co-founder, Open Law, and professor at Cardozo Law, sat down with Hinman, SEC's Director of Division Corporate Finance, to talk tokens, securities, and where regulation is headed next. I want to see this video. Maybe it's been out there and I just didn't see it or don't remember it, but I don't think we've ever seen it. Then this guy had said, Hinman said, get strong counsel and comply or else. But this is the same talk right here. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna keep going. We're almost done here. I just wanted to make sure. Now, so that reminded me that we still don't have this one. You remember this? Fireside chat with Will Hinman, Director of Division of Corporate Finance at the SEC. It was the 2018 Tech GC conference. And I said, I just don't believe that there's not one person that can send us this video of Bill Hinman. Too many people saw it. We're looking for a few good men and women who can lead us there. And then I said, you can stay anonymous. Just send me this video. And then I said, still looking, guys. This I had sent a while back. These are the guys who founded, these two guys right here, Kieran Lingham and Greg Rattin. These are the guys that founded the Tech GC Summit, and they can help us find the video of this. This was on, let's see, October 25th through 26th of 2018. So it was after the Hinman Free Pass speech. And then we've got, let's see, then we've got this. Eleanor Terrett and Charles Gasparino are up there in New York, and Fox Business has to have access to these New York summits that they do. So I'm asking these guys, this is in your neck of the woods, can you help us find video of this? Because I believe this video is, if you remember, this was one of the things in the Bill Hinman deposition that Ripple did. This was one of the questions, is if Bill Hinman knew if there was a video copy of this, if there was a copy of the video from this conference. That was one of the questions in the deposition. And we need to find this video. And I have a feeling we're gonna find this video. And I'm gonna try to get Eleanor Terrett and Charles Gasparino to get me a copy of this video. And when we do, we're going through every single freaking word. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that we have been right all along, and we are about to take this thing in for a landing, because we got them. We're on the right side. We're on the truth side, and anybody who's not on this side and is trying to trying to fence ride